It really disappoints me that the next big budget 3D platformer is years off. I really do wish the industry didn't drift away from the genre as it did, but do you know where genres never die? Indie games! Yeah! The indie game scene is strange to say the least. Never will you find anything with a similar budget to a AAA title, however that doesn't necessarily mean that indie games are automatically worse. This is mainly due to the fact that indie developers don't really have profit as their top priority, and because of this, indie developers are often a bit more risky. These risks often lead to overall better games than indie gems like Brilliant Bob. What? I found Brilliant Bob a couple years ago. It was an impulse buy considering the game was essentially 12 cents. Now I know you're probably dying to hear more information on this masterpiece, so let's just head on over to the store page and it doesn't exist. I wasn't informed that this would happen. Luckily there's something called a Wayback Machine, so I get to continue the video. Yay! Looking good! Revel in a brilliant story, fast-paced puzzles, and thrillingly designed levels, and reportedly the first adventure of this action-adventure platformer saga about Bob, a truly brilliant fellow from Segotuana! Wow! This sounds awful. Wonder how many times I say brilliant in the entire description. So after doing a bit more browsing, I found out the game was developed by a company called Zonatron. So let's just pop that name to Google real quick, and maybe we can find out why the store page was taken down. Oh no. Well, I feel like at this point giving this game even a slight amount of praise would be pro shovelware. So let's just read some reviews to, you know, settle the mood. Nexu says, free to play would be too expensive. Well, we're off to a great start, I see. This game is the worst platformer I've ever played. Dog crap camera, ice level controls. The opening is literally a PowerPoint made of images from Photoshop. It's terrible. Not first even so bad it's good game. It controls like just change the eye. Oh, I guess it's good if you want to play stuff. It's not as good that I want. This game is very bad. The graphics, wow, nothing in the game ever, but you can trading cards. Do you have no friends, depression, a crippling marriage that will likely result in divorce, putting you in debt and a midlife crisis, and no faith in humanity? This game is for you! Brilliant Bob is definitely not going to make those issues any better, but if you are going through them, Brilliant Bob will be a nice walk in the park towards your inevitable suicide. Jesus Christ. Well, I'm sure you're dying to finally see the game in action, so here it is. Brilliant Bob! Now I hear ya. Wow, this seems like a pretty decent way to open up a game. Now I'm excited to play it. No, 'cause that's my intro. See, it has my name on it. This is what the game actually opens up with. It's a PowerPoint, and it doesn't even fill the entire screen. Yay! Game of the year! Here's a quick plot synopsis. Bob exists, and so does his parents, Bertha and Beatha. And everything was happy in stupid Name Town, until it wasn't. Magazi, who comes from Planet Unity Asset Store, goes to Bob's planet to absorb its happiness because his planet is sad. Or something. And then everyone dies. Well, except for Bob and his parents, because his parents were fighting against oppression straight at the source. Until they were oppressed. Bob would have helped if he wasn't busy destroying the mothership. Oh, and luckily it happened to be completely unguarded. You know, like a mothership usually would be. So what I'm gathering here is the main goal of the game is to find the unknown location of your parents. They're on the title screen. Well, I guess we won, yes! Woo! I'd like to thank my dog and special guest Jake Paul. Thank you, everybody. At first I thought it was just a fun Easter egg that you control Bob on the title screen, but then I realized that you're also controlling Bob's parents. And then I just lost more faith in this game. I'd like to take a moment to realize that Bob's parents are literally just hue shifts. Like, could they not at the very least grab the magic wand tool to just change the skin tone? This is literally the easiest thing to texture. It's a cube. A fucking cube. And I'm not even asking them to change the design, which I really should be. I know they could have done it. They have unlockable alternates. So why don't they, I don't know, give the mom a bow, or the dad a receding hairline? This is their job, not mine. Actually, I don't really know why I keep talking to developers. There's a very, very low chance they're watching this. But if they are... Hello. First level is pretty straightforward. Get from point A to point B. Control-wise, you can pick up stuff, break stuff, move, jump, and even double jump. But only when the game wants you to. And strangely, when I try to move the camera, nothing happens. So maybe I'm doing something wrong or... No, it can't be. It's official, guys. This game was made by Satan. There's no other way. If you go a bit further, you come across some moving platforms. And you know that's to be expected in a 3D platform. And of course, they don't work properly. Worse yet, the platform speed is manipulated by RNG. Hey, what a die. Paul, do you even want me to continue making this video? Cause I just don't want to keep making it. No. I feel like every level has some stupid design choice to make the game more difficult to draw out playtime. Like, oh, this level has stupid slimes everywhere. Oh, this level has every platform disappear. Oh, this level has every platform rotated. Because that makes it more difficult. And it's not like the game being difficult makes it a bad game. I'm all for games having challenge. It's just that it's not difficult in a good way. Inconsistency haunts every corner. Some levels have almost everything manipulated by RNG, while others integrate mechanics that won't be used ever again in the game. How come sometimes there's input lag and sometimes there... Why does it even have a speedrun clock if the game is so inconsistent? Oh yeah, glitches. I guess it would make sense why that would make the game so cheap. There's a total of 50 levels, and when RNG is in your favor, levels often take around 30 seconds to complete. And that totals in at around a 25-minute game. The only other thing that draws out playtime, I guess, would be the collectibles called... What? That's not even a pun. That you can't just stick two words together and say, oh, look at my funny pun. No. Okay, back to stuff that matters. And those collectibles are easily ignored. And if you don't ignore them, you can get these sweet costumes. Whoa. Aesthetically speaking, the game looks okay, but that's mainly due to the engine being one that actually makes real video games. Every single asset looks like it was made with a different game in mind. The art styles clash so hard, it gives me actual pain. It's obvious that both the slimes and Magazi were bought in the same asset bundle because they look so alike. Quick tangent, something I noticed really early on is that the kill plane is never in the same place, so sometimes you can jump on the backdrop. So yeah, seriously, what a terrible game. But you know, it just hit me. Even though Bob's character design makes no sense, and every part of this game is exceptionally lazy, and even the hub world is annoying to traverse because of the awful controls, and the story could have been written by a 5-year-old, and everything is manipulated by RNG, and the game is really short even though there's so many things that draw out playtime, and it lowers my will to live considering that this is the only game I played in the past week, and every time I think about speedrunning this game, I want to gouge my eyes out with a rusty spork. I can't help but feel bad for Bob. Perhaps if he was in a better game, he'd be a better person. Holy shit! Bubsy's better!